so follow up from the last video now. I've ambushed him. He has taken me to the ground. He's secured the mounted position. A couple of open hand slaps to bring my hands up. Gets the 2-on-1, but as he pulls my arm, I resist the pull, and he can't get to the drape position, the cuffing position. So let's address this. I'll let Chuck take over here.
So I get my slaps, I grab the hand, and I try to pull, but I can feel that he's resisting me. So instead of having a strength war here, I'm going to go with the flow, okay? So I'm actually going to push his arm 2-on-1 to the ground. Now, if he's a lot stronger than me, I don't want to have my arms bent and try to force his arm to the ground with a strength war. I'm actually going to lock my elbows out. I'm going to let my whole weight and upper body strength help me to get that to the floor. Once it hits the floor, my elbow drops right down by his neck. Okay, that gives me a nice 90-degree angle because we want his arm in a certain position to get the shoulder pressure. Once I'm here, my other hand comes palm up. If I have to wiggle my fingers to get under his bicep, I do. And then I come over and grab my own wrist. Okay? My wrists are flexed here in like a motorcycle grip. Okay? Once I get here, my back hook goes in for control. My front knee is open for base. And I slide and lift his arm and get the compliance. Okay. Now again, we're in the street here, so a tap out doesn't mean we just let them go. We have to get this guy in cuffs, okay? So now I'm going to come back up to my knees. I'm going to keep this double wrist grab, and I'm going to step up with my opposite leg again, and I'm going to drape that unit right over my leg. Now once it's over there, I can take this arm out, get my tricep, and everything's the same from here. Verbal commands. On your stomach. Use the wrist lock for control. Access the cuffs. First one goes on. Verbal commands for the second one. Hand out to the side. Palm up. Hand open. Back to me slow. Second cuff goes on. Access to the hand. I grab. I feel it's not going to happen. So I lock my elbows out. Force that arm to the ground. 2-on-1. As soon as it hits the ground, my elbow hits the ground. Right next to his face. He's turning his head here for training purposes, but if in the street, if you catch him in the face, he'll turn his face, trust me. Okay? So we're here. Second hand comes out, palm up, goes under his arm, and I grab my own wrist. Okay? Wrists are flexed, which is already putting pressure on the shoulder. Back hook goes in, front knees open a little bit, and we slide and lift. Now, opposite leg steps up, we drape the whole unit over the leg. Tricep control. And we give them verbal commands from here. On your stomach. Switch, lock the arm. Wrist lock for control. Access the first cuff. First cuff goes on. Control. Verbal commands. Hand out to the side. Palm up. Back to me slow. Second cuff goes on.
Okay, so we've switched positions here. All right, now the officer, Chuck is now the suspect. I want to just talk about a couple of details here. So same thing. I slap. I get the 2-on-1. I try to pull. I feel the resistance. I lock my arms. I drop them to the floor. Elbow in. Back hook in. Sliding underneath. Grabbing my watch here. All right. Now, again, you guys will feel this. When I slide this back hook in and open this knee, I'm very heavy on Chuck now because I'm putting a lot of weight onto my hips, which consequently is on his hips. So that I'm thrusting my belt into his stomach, which is going to make him very uncomfortable, but it also gives me a lot of control. So if he starts trying to move around, I still got him. So I'm not afraid of getting pushed off in this position. Now, when I start to give the pain compliance here, right? He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know a tap out. He doesn't know what a tap out is, right? So I have to let him know with verbal commands. So when I start to move on this arm and pull it down and give the shoulder pressure, sir, you're under arrest. You need to stop resisting me right now. And I'm waiting for him to tell me.
Okay. All
right? That's the tap out. All right? Sir, you are under arrest. You need to settle down.
Okay.
Now I can step up, and now I can proceed through the cuffing motion. All right, and finish from there. Now what I'm going to have Chuck do is turn around just so you can see that from the back side of the drape. So we're here, right? I've dropped him, I've slipped this back hook in, I've got my compliance, I step up, I pull the whole unit. See how I keep that unit there, right? So if he's trying to get this arm away, it's not happening. And now I can slip the bottom hand out and confirm and reinforce everything and proceed right into our safe cuffing position. So a few extra details there that you guys can be aware of during the training purpose. The next video, we're going to talk about an entirely different scenario from the mounted position. So tune in to the next video and see if you like it.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Okay.
Get on your stomach. Hand out to the side, palm up, open your hand. Back to me slow.